Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, I want to share with you a package I recently found. It's a React PDF package. So basically, this package helps you to generate PDF files. It's a new package as already, as I see here. The version is 0.0.11. Um, but in the notes, you can find more about this package. So one thing I wanted to tell you about this package is the following: the PDF is created from a screenshot of the component and therefore is not vectorized. If you are looking for something more advanced for generating PDF using React components, please check out other popular alternatives packages listed below. So here are the similar packages. They have the React PDF renderer, and then there is also the React PDF. So the first one is gonna create PDF files, and the second one is gonna display PDFs. This one is a little easier, like not as advanced as these ones are. So basically, here's the demo. I'm gonna show you the demo. So there's this form. This is what we're gonna build in this video. It's gonna be a form to add a new post, and this form has a post title. So I'm gonna say first post title, and then there's also URL. So I'm gonna paste here image URL and enter some text here, and then if I click submit, on the after I click submit, there's my app is gonna generate a new page, but this is a new component. There's the title we inserted in the form. This is the image, and then there's the text, and there below there's a button which says capture as PDF. You can say save as PDF or download as PDF, but I'm saying capture because whenever I click on this button, this package is gonna take screenshot of everything I have in my browser's frame. So for example, if you have a lot of text here, maybe I can show you an example, but if you have a lot of text here and you have to scroll down until to find this button, if you scroll down a lot and click on this button, then what's above this line, see the browser frame here, what's above that, it's not going to be in the screenshot, it's not going to be in the PDF file. So let me show you how this works. So for example, I click capture as PDF. This is gonna generate a PDF. This is my fourth actually PDF file. So usually it saves it as post.pdf. So if I open it, this is what we have in the file. So this is the content here, title, image, and the content. But if we refresh the page and add some more stuff here, random stuff, I add that image, and let's say we add some text. So I'm gonna get some random text generator. So I'm gonna copy, let's say, 4 paragraphs from here, and I'll paste them here. And if I click submit, you see the title is here, and then we have all this text right here. So if I click on generate as PDF now, this is the fifth file already, but never mind. I open it, and you can see that there's just the first line here, and everything else is missing. So kind of like it's playing with your browser frame. So let's see, it captures just. So what it does actually, it captures only your screenshot the same size as your browser's frame, but wherever you scroll it, and it takes it only on top somehow. Okay, so it takes a screenshot from the content from the top, and on the PDF file it's gonna paste it according to how much you scrolled here. So it's kind of weird that this works, but I would recommend using this stuff only for whenever you don't have to scroll your page. So for example, there is some kind of like a small chart or something, or like a small, I don't know, you have an invoice or something, you have to take a quick screenshot. You can use this as a as an option. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started using this package. I'll show you how it works. I'm gonna remove this from here, close it. I'm gonna close this stuff from here too. I'm gonna write everything from scratch so you can follow along with me. There's gonna be a link to this package and to the source code in the description, so you can grab it from there. So I'm gonna start by creating a new React app. So I'm gonna use here sudo npx create React app, and I will name it React to PDF. I'm using sudo just because I installed Ubuntu on my Windows machine. I have to use sudo in order to use the admin user. So here's gonna be my password. And this is gonna take a while, guys, so I'm just gonna pause the video. Okay, so the app is created. I'm gonna open this one, React to PDF. And then I'm gonna open my VS Code, but before I do that, I wanna close the current one. Okay, so I'm gonna open this in a new app. And I'm gonna have to use, I will use Bootstrap, so I'm going to search for Bootstrap and just get that library and import it in my index.html file. So get started, and I will grab this style sheet from here. And this is the app, so I'm gonna go to public index.html, and I'll paste it right below our JSON file, which is the manifest.json. I'll clean up these comments from here. You don't have to, but I like whenever everything is clean. And I will close it. And then I'm gonna open my source folder, and then in this source folder I'm gonna create a new folder which is gonna be components. And then in this folder I'm gonna create a new file which is going to be post.js, and another file which is gonna be pdf.js. And I'm gonna start from my post.js file. This is gonna be a it's gonna be a class component, so I'm gonna import React and component from React. And then here I'm gonna also import this pdf.js, but I'll do that later just so we check all the including files just so we don't have any errors. And we have our class post extends component, and here we will have a state, and in the state we will have title, that's the content from our form, content, image, and there's gonna be another one which is post submitted, and this is gonna be false by default. Alright, below here we will have our render function, and because I used Bootstrap in the render function, we will have a Bootstrap form with Bootstrap classes. So let's add it here. We have render. Let's add the render function first. There's going to be a return function, of course, and in the return function we will have an empty wrapper like this. And here let's say hi for now. Let's export this class so we can import it in our app.js file. Let's save it. Let's open our app.js file, and I'm going to remove the logo and everything I have in the div class apps, div class name app. So everything I have here, I'm gonna get rid of it, and now I'm gonna import post from components/post. And okay, having the post here. Now here I'm gonna call this component. Alright, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna open a new terminal, and I will start my app from here. So it's going to be npm start, and let's see, this should open up a new tab in my browser with a new app. So here we go, the tab is right here. I'm gonna close the previous one because that was the demo. Sorry for taking it longer than expected to load this app. Okay, so we have this hi, so that means that we imported everything properly. Now I'm gonna close the app.js. Actually, before we do that, let's open our app CSS file, and in this file I'm gonna leave just the app class. So I'm removing everything from there, and then here I'm gonna paste another class. I'm gonna create another class which is gonna be post, and this is gonna be max width 800 pixels, and the width is going to be 100%. We will have a display table, margin it's going to be 0 and auto, and then we have padding, which is 20 pixels and 50 pixels. So post, let's leave it like this. I'm gonna close it. We will use this post. It's gonna be like a block for our form, so we'll use it later on in the app. I'm gonna close app CSS and app.js file, and then in my post.js file here I'm gonna keep going with this code. So what I want to do here is I wanted to create that form. So if we go to Bootstrap, for example, let's search in Google Bootstrap Forms. So here we go. The first one is this one. So I used one of these forms. They have checkboxes and stuff like that. So you can use one of these forms from here. I'm not gonna copy it any from here because I have my script prepared, but just so you know from where I grab all these forms and and classes and stuff like that. So I'm gonna close this, and then here I'm gonna remove this high stuff from here, and then I'll add a new class. So it's gonna be div class name container, and then in this div I'm gonna have another div class name which is gonna be jump bootron. So we have div class name, and it's jump BOTRON space MT-3, right? And then here we'll have a div class name row. So we have div class name class name row, and then in this class name row there's going to be div class name call -md-12, something like this. And then we will have another div class name well space well-sm, and then in this div class name we'll have the form. So there's going to be the form tag, and then we have this is going to be it's going to have a class which is form-horizontal. So we have horizontal, and method is post. Okay, and now here we will start with our field set. So we have field set tag, and then here we have legend class name, which is text sender, like this, space header, like that. And then here we add the title. So we have add new post, like this. and then below this class we'll have the form group class. So we have div class name, and we have form group like this, and then here we have a span, which is this span is it's gonna be above the field. So we have span class name, and the class name is call hyphen md hyphen 1, and then space, and then we have call hyphen md hyphen offset hyphen 2, and then we have text center, and in this span tag here we will have an I class, it's gonna be I class name. Jesus, I can't even spell it. Okay, so we have class name, and here we will have fa space fa hyphen user space bg cone, something like that, something like this. Okay, so and then below this span we will have our input field. So we have input name title, type text, placeholder is going to be post title, class name, it's going to be form hyphen control. So we have form hyphen control, and next it's going to be, we'll just close it here, but next thing, so this is like from here to here, this is one field, and let's copy this stuff and let's paste it again, because the second field is going to be for the image. So the only thing we will change here, it's going to be the placeholder, https, and also the name, which is going to be image. Okay, and then let's see, and then the third field, it's also going to be like this. So I'm gonna paste it one more time. We will have form group. This is gonna be called text center, except this fa, it's not gonna be user, but it's gonna be pencil hyphen square and hyphen o, and bg column is gonna be like that. And then below this is gonna be the submit button. So I'm gonna paste everything again like this. I'm gonna remove this line with the span, and here where is the input name, I'm gonna remove that as well. I'm just gonna leave the class name form group, and here's gonna be a button. So we have a button like this, and then the type is gonna be a button, and then the class name, there's gonna be a class name which is going to be btn space btn hyphen primary space btn hyphen lg, like this, and the button is gonna say submit. We have submit like this, field set div button div like that. Okay, form, so it looks good like this. Let's just let's save it for now like this and see what we have on the screen. We save it, we go back to our app. So we have our form here, the way it's supposed, actually this one is not the way it's supposed to look like. This needs to be like a, we forgot to change that. This shouldn't be an input type text like this. This should be a text area. So where we have our input, just let's put text area, and we have title, class name form control is gonna stay like that. The name it's going to be content. So we have content placeholder. Enter your text here, and let's not forget to close this text area like this. All right, save it, and let's see what we've got here. So we have the text area here in place, and we can also add rows. So where we have our text area, the last parameter we can add here is rows equal to 7, let's say. And if we go back now, it's a little bigger, so it looks prettier like this. Okay, now we have this one. Let's go ahead and add the functionality. So we should add a method on change. So whenever we type in something in our form here, we should also update the state, because right now if we inspect this page and we go to components, I have React Jesus Christ, I forgot what's the name of this one, extension. So I have the React extension, which is React Developer Tool, and whenever you install that, it's gonna add 2 new tabs in your whenever you inspect the page here. So under components, you can find your components, and then in the post component, you can see the state. So whenever we will type in here in these fields, we have to update the state in real time. So in this way, we store all the content in the state, and then after we click submit, we can output this content in a different component. So that's the way the logic works in this app, in my example at least. Okay, so we should create a new component, kind of like a new function, if we can call it that, or a method, which is going to update our state. So we'll name that onChange, and this is going to be ES6, but here we're going to grab the input, and we will also grab the event, input and event. Okay, and then here we will just update the state in the following way. We have this set state, and here we have input like that, and make sure the input name matches. We'll make sure that whenever we'll add this component, we should make sure that this component name matches the input name. So okay, so we have the input, and also we want to update the state with the target value from the event. So we have e.target.value like this. So let's save it. Actually, that was too early because we have to add this onChange method in our fields. So where we have our fields input, let's say input, and then we have onChange event, and here we add our the method we just created. So there's gonna be this, which means from this component, from this class, and the name of it, which is onChange. And here is kind of the input name. So title, this is going to be for the title. Make sure this name matches your state. So title and title, we should have content and image. So let's copy this one, the whole thing like that. Let's add it to the image as well. So this is going to be image, and the text area like this, and this is going to be content. All right, let's save it. And let's check now our state here. Whenever we type in something here, the title is changing as well. So this works. The image URL also works, and the content works too. Okay, so everything works fine until now. The next thing would be to create that submit button, just to add a new method for the submit button. So the submit button should also have a validation. It's going to be a primitive validation, just so we have some kind of content in our field. So let's do that. Submit post, we grab the event, and then here we have if it's different than this state title, or if it's different than this dot state dot content, then we will have an alert which is gonna say all fields are required, like this. And then we will want to prevent the default, we want to prevent the form from submitting, so the form is not going to submit us if this error is going to pop up. So we have prevent default, like this. Else, I mean, this form shouldn't be it's not gonna submit in any ways, because we will just, whenever we click on this submit button, the app is gonna be re-rendered, and instead of form we will see the component we wish to see, which is gonna have the content we submit in form. So you'll see more, you'll understand more whenever we get to that point. So otherwise, if there's all the fields are kind of like completed, we want to update the state. So we have this set state, and we want to update just the post submitted state with true, like this, which means the validation passed the validation. And then we want to use this submit post method in our where we have the button post. So right there we will have on click equal to this dot submit post, like that. Okay, and now we want to add a kind of like an if statement this in our return function here. This if statement is gonna be in the curly brackets, so we'll have curly brackets like that, and here we will actually have just one. We will open one here and we'll close last one here at the end of our form. So here basically we will check if it's different than this dot state dot post submitted. If it's different, which means if this is false, if our post submitted state is false, which by default is false, then we want to output the form. Otherwise, we want to output the PDF component. So we have this one like this. So if this is false, then here's gonna be a parenthesis like this. We want to include this JSX in separate parentheses like that. And then otherwise, we want to output a different component, and in this case it's going to be the PDF component. So the PDF component is going to be something like this: PDF, and there are going to be some attributes, props, I mean, and then we'll call the component. But this is going to show an error right now because we didn't export the PDF component yet and we didn't import it. So let's do that. Let's go to, don't save this file yet, just leave it like that. Let's go to the pdf.js file, and here this is going to be a functional component, so we just import the React from React, and then here we want to import, actually we had to install our package. We didn't install our package yet, so let's do that. I'm gonna stop my running stuff here, the node machine, so I'll stop it, and I'm gonna go back to my package, this one from here, and I will copy this command from here and I will paste it here. But I will use sudo because I already said I have a bunch installed on Windows, so I have to use the admin user. And this is asking for a password, inserting my password, and this should install the package. Hopefully this is not gonna take too long. Okay, so I have an error, npm code refusing to install package with the React Pdf under a package also called React Pdf. Did you name your package your project, the same as the dependency you're installing. Yes, so I did a big mistake, guys. We shouldn't name the app. Our apps folder's name has the same name as the package. So what I'm going to do now is the following. I'm gonna change the folder name of my React app. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. Okay, I'm gonna save these files, save all of them like this. If you did the same thing, just do the same thing as I'm doing here. I'm gonna close them like this, close the editor, and here I'm gonna go back a little bit like this. Okay, so to do that, we should let's see what we have here. So let's type in mv React.js -pdf to, let's rename it to, oh no, not this one, sorry, this is the wrong one. React-to-pdf, and let's rename it to React to PDF without hyphens. Alright, let's see if it's, yeah, it's renamed. Now let's open React to PDF. Oh, sorry, I forgot about CD. CD React to PDF. Okay, and then here let's open the VS Code in this folder. And let's open our terminal and let's type in npm start. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Npm start. It's opening up a new tab. We've got a tab here. This is kind of slow, but like, it's my bad, guys. I didn't think about this. I didn't think about this error that could show up just because the package name is the same as the app name. So we have an error here because line 62 in our post.js, because we changed the structure a little bit. So components host.js PDF is not defined. Actually, not because we changed, because we didn't finish this PDF.js component. So let's go ahead and continue this stuff from here. No, actually, wait. We should install the package. Okay, let's try it now. So I'm gonna copy this stuff again. Copy. I'll have here sudo npm install react pdf. Put my password. And hopefully this is gonna install without any errors. No, it's still not working. Okay, refusing to install package with name React PDF under a package also called React PDF. Did you name your project the same as the dependency you're installing? This is weird. Let's try just one more thing. So here in the package.json, we have this React to PDF. So let's move the hyphens from here. Let's save it and let's try to install this one more time. React to PDF sudo install. Okay, so this seems to work. It's taking a while, guys. So I'm just gonna pause the video because for the sake of time. Alright, so it looks like it's installed here, everything is fine. Let's start our npm. So we have npm start, and it's supposed to open up a new tab like this. We shouldn't have any errors this time, everything should be fine. PDF is not defined, that's because we didn't finish our, so that's normal. We didn't finish PDF component. So here we should import, let's import the PDF from our package. So we have from React to PDF, and then here, as I said, it's going to be a functional component, and we will have a const. First of all, we'll have a const which is going to get the reference. So we have react dot create ref like this, and then here we have const PDF, and then here we get the props. And as I said, it's an ES, I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm going to use the ES6 in this component because it's a functional component. And then we will have the return like this. It's going to be an empty wrapper. And then here we have div class name post, and then the reference is going to be a reference like that. We will close it, and basically this ref here, it's gonna indicate to our app the reference we want to take screenshot of. So everything from this div is gonna be captured in the screenshot. And then below this div we will have a div target reference. So we'll have here not a div but a PDF. We will use this component PDF, and then we have target reference ref, and here we have ref like this. This is this variable kind of, we use that. And then the file name is going to be post.pdf like this. And then in our PDF here we will have curly brackets, parentheses, and then curly brackets again, and then here we'll have to PDF. This is all predefined from this PDF React to PDF package. So we have that, and then here we have button on click, and then we assign the to PDF. This is kind of like a predefined method and something like that. And then here we just add, wait, but this parenthesis, this curly bracket shouldn't be here. We should close it all the way here like this. And here in our button it's gonna say capture as PDF. Okay, we've got that here like this, and this should work fine. Now what we have here in this, we should output the content, but for now let's say just hi. Let's start our server. Okay, PDF is not defined. Let's export it. So we have export default PDF like this. Let's save it. Now in our post.js we should import it. So we have import PDF from PDF like this, and then here where our PDF is, we call it like this. So let's save it. Let's see what's gonna happen now. Hopefully this time we don't have any errors. Otherwise, okay, so everything is fine. We go back here, we add this stuff here. It doesn't matter what we add because we don't have anything else. We don't output the content yet, we just have this hi here. So now here we should output all the content from our form, which means we should output the content from our state. And to do that we should send it to this component via props. So we should send all this data from our state. And to do that we should do the following. So we should add props title. It's going to be this state title, we have content, and content is going to be this state content, and there's the image, so we have this state image like this. Now we save it and let's go to pdf.js file, and then here where we have our stuff, it's gonna be an h1, and this h1 is gonna have props.title, we close the curly bracket, and then below is gonna be the image, so we have image. It's kind of like hard-coded content structure kind of, but you can play around with this one. Source, and then the source is gonna be props.image. Alt tag, it's going to be, let's just put props.title. We close the image tag, and then here it's going to be our paragraph. So here it's gonna be curly brackets. Oh, come on, dude. Okay, curly brackets, and here we will have props.content like this. So let's save it. Let's go back, add new post. Let's add this, click submit. So here we have our stuff, the content, and the image is not working just because we didn't actually insert a proper URL for that. So to do that, let me just see where that URL is. You can find any image URL you want to, but I have a specific one that I want to use here. So I'm gonna refresh the page and add title, let's say first title, and then the image URL, it's kind of long, and then content, and then click submit. So here's the stuff, the title, image, and then the text. And then if I click on capture as PDF, it's supposed to generate a PDF file, which is post.pdf. This 6 here is just because I have so many files with the same name, so my browser is just renaming it automatically. So if I open it, this is the content we have in our PDF file. So we have the title, the image, and then the content from here. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope this was useful for you. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for my channel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you like this kind of videos, or if you have any wishes or you would like to see a certain tutorial on my channel, please leave a comment, let me know, and I'll do my best to help you out, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next tutorials.